Thank you, you guys, for joining us tonight. This is our first Testimony Tuesday of 2022. And so Kenny and I are going to be sharing our testimonies tonight, and this is going to be recorded, so you'll be able to grab a hold of that and share it with your friends and your family if you so feel the need to do so. But we are so excited as we're kicking off a brand new month, and it's the, what is Hallmark calling it? The Love-uary month, okay? We thought it would be really fantastic to take some time these next Tuesday nights and to share some testimonies with you from real people that are using these products and having incredible results. So a bunch of the girls got together and they nominated us to be the first ones out the gate. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, my name is Jenna Huttula. I'm a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. This is my soon-to-be Diamond husband. He's our number one man ambassador. But before we even had titles, we have been married for over the quiz.
We got married.
You better pass. 95, 26 years.
27.
He might have passed. We have 7 babies. Yes, same daddy, same mommy, all delivered. Okay. So in case you're wondering, like through your head, yes, they are all ours. And we do know how they get here. We learned really quick we're good at some things. All right. And so through that process of having all those babies, something started to change in my body. I didn't recover after the last baby. I had some crazy symptoms throughout the years, but that last pregnancy for me, I was about 38 years old. I was labeled geriatric. It was a geriatric pregnancy. And they kept a really close eye on me. My blood sugar levels were like just borderline to being gestational diabetic, but I was able to curve that off with proper nutrition. I eliminated all my sugars, my carbs, did it all. And after that baby was born, I just didn't recover. We ended up in the mission field. We are missionaries at heart. We love going into other countries and serving the Lord in incredible ways. And one of the ways we've been able to do that is to use a gift and talent that I have in photography. I've had a heart and a love for photography for over 35 years now. And the last trip we went on, that baby was 6 and 7 weeks old. Came home from Nicaragua short. Like our trip was cut short and I was really sick. The doctors thought I had picked up a parasite. They thought I had like eaten something really bad. I had gone from having some sort of IBS symptoms for years, but just kind of accepted it as normal. It's just how my body was. If I wasn't going to the restroom like every couple of days, like 5, 6, 7 days, I was pregnant. So if I went every day, that was our little alarm. Like, oh, somebody's having a baby. See, that chronic constipation was something I've dealt with for over 20 years. And I thought it was normal. It was my normal. I didn't realize it is not normal to not go to the bathroom daily, multiple times a day. But then there would be times I would swing from not going to the bathroom at all to going to the bathroom way too much. And that's what happened. Came home from Nicaragua and I had swung the other pendulum where I wasn't able to keep anything in my system. And so that was kind of alarming. But the crazy part of that, I didn't lose any weight. You think with all that flushing out, I would have dropped some pounds. Not the case. And so I did end up with anxiety and depression, heart palpitations, migraines, crazy symptoms that ended me up in the emergency room 9 times in 9 months. And every time I'd go to the emergency room, I would walk away with another prescription, another pharmaceutical. I would end up with like, well, it's not that. It's not your gallbladder, but we're pretty sure if we did surgery, well, no, it wasn't your gallbladder. No, it's not your ovaries. Nope, you don't have heart issues. Nope, it's not this. No, it's not that. Well, after a while, you end up thinking, well, am I making this all up? Is this all in my head? Because at this point, it's causing major marital strife. I have so much fatigue and exhaustion. I'm not able to get off the couch some days. I'm falling asleep in the middle of tutoring our children. We're crazy people that homeschool too. And so it was very, very difficult. And we had gone through everything. Finally, after about almost a year mark, I ended up with a final diagnosis of Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism. My thyroid on paper was within normal, but I almost had every single symptom that they couldn't figure out. There's over 350 different symptoms for thyroid issues, from Hashimoto's, which means that your pendulum would swing from overactive to underactive. But I lean towards failure, which is fatigue, adrenal fatigue. And it explained so much of what was going on. My quick fix in my head at that time, I'll just take medication. 24 hours after my diagnosis, I had a pharmaceutical delivered to the front door, and I started not only medication for thyroid support, but also hormone replacement therapy, because at 40, they were saying, well, they go kind of hand in hand. So if one's failing, the other one's failing too, and that explains your hair loss. To see in that process, I lost all of my hair. And when I say this to people today, they look at me today and they're like, yeah, whatever. So I actually have a picture. This is the summer that I actually had been on thyroid medication for 2 years at this point. And it was the summer before I started Plexus. This was my 1 year anniversary in Plexus. You're looking at me today, 3 years later. I've been off of every single one of my medications. From about 6 months to 9 months into my journey, I started coming off medication slowly with a doctor's recommendation and blood work that radically started to change. What I didn't know then that I know now is that gut health is a thing. There is such a thing as a connection between thyroid failure, hormonal imbalance, blood sugar issues, inflammation, autoimmune disease, which was kind of like the little hair that broke the camel's back, was when I finally got that other diagnosis that I had undisclosed autoimmune disease. Thankfully, that doctor is who told me about gut health. He told me his opinion, if I focused on healing my gut, I could actually heal my body. I could remove food allergies and sensitivities, which I had a ton of at the time. But his recommendation was just the food elimination route, which I did for an entire year, extreme dieting and eating. I lost 4 pounds that year, and I was still on my medication. Actually, we had to up my medication several times. It was that year I heard about Plexus for the first time. But I was so stinking skeptical. Sorry, that's our boy calling from the Air Force. You need to go answer that. Maybe he passes something. I was so skeptical, you guys, that I thought there's no way this little pink drink that's like Kool-Aid probably is any good for you. And it was direct sales. So forget about it. I didn't care how good it wasn't going to work for me. That's what I told myself for almost 3 years, 3.5 years, almost 4 years. I kept telling myself, it won't work for me. I have all this other stuff going on. That could never work for me. But it wasn't until one of the most precious women in the world to me reached out in love, like your friend did for you tonight. If you're on this call, it's because somebody loves you and they have found something that they love, that they believe works, and that they think could work for you too. So that's what she did for me. She reached out and she said, Jenna, I know this sounds crazy and I know you're doing all the things, but I think this could work for you. I have seen testimonies. I've heard stories. Once you see and hear them, you can't unsee them. And so because I know her, I love her, and I trust her, I know she had my best interest at heart. I said, what do I have to lose? So I started on the products, just 3. That's all that we could fit in our budget at the time was Christmas. Kenny came home from the post office. He's a mailman here on the Treasure Coast in Florida. And he had a tip. He had $100 tip. And at that point, you guys, we were not exchanging Christmas presents. I don't know about you, but for years, we just kind of didn't. You have lots of kids, you have bills. At this point, we had thousands of dollars in medical bills. It wasn't in the budget to do Christmas presents. Just wasn't. So when he came home and he's like, I have some extra money. What do you want for Christmas? I said, the craziest, most audacious thing ever. No, it wasn't a 5-carat diamond ring. That would come later. No, it was a Plexus welcome pack. I paid the membership fee, full price. There were no coupon codes. There were no specials. I ordered that welcome pack with that money in the hopes that it would work. But in all transparency, I was fully skeptical that it might not. That's why he was so excited that it had the 100% money back guarantee. 60 day money back guarantee. So we budgeted it. We said, what the heck, we'll give it 60 days. If it doesn't work, then we can say at least we tried it. But you guys started working. And then the rest, kind of history. I lost the 70 pounds. Took me almost 2 years to lose 70 pounds. The crazy part of that is 65 pounds came off my first year. 5 pounds took another year to come off. But it gets better because with Plexus, you're allowed to have multiple accounts in the same household, as other companies don't allow you to do that. So this one over here starts stealing my stuff. I'm run out of it. I'm like, dude, you need to get your own account. I made him buy his own stuff. And what happened?
Well, I saw Jenna have, my name's Kenny, by the way. And I saw her have the really, really fast results. Now, let me take you back, because you asked me to share not only my testimony, which I will, but how I felt when you were sick. Oh. And she kind of went over really fast, but there was this one particular moment we were renting a house.
Oh, keep going.
And she woke me up around 11 o'clock or so, maybe midnight. And she's like, listen, I can't feel like the left side of my body. I'm like, okay, what the heck's going on? So we rushed her to the hospital. Long story short, they came back with a diagnosis of low potassium. Now, we were there for hours and test after test after test. Finally, we go to our doctor, and then that's when we kind of just vomited all over her, just saying, hey, this is how I felt. What the heck is going on? We're going to these emergency room visits, doctor visits. They're saying, take out your gallbladder. And we literally had that scheduled to take out. And then they're like, oh, the test came back negative. Everything's good to go. Go to this ologist. Go to this, whatever. So the reason I bring that up is because it was a scary time. We had no clue what was going on. So when Plexus came, I guess, introduced to us or knocking on our door to say, we were at our lowest. We're like, hey, listen, we thought people that have a white coat, we trusted them. And not that they didn't know what they were doing, they don't know nutrition, right? And a lot of supplementation. But the supplementation we got from our doctor who talked about gut health, that didn't work. I don't know if you mentioned that earlier, I stepped away. But Plexus did. And there's certain reasons why that does work. So when it started working, and it started working fast, and I'm talking within 3 weeks, I noticed a difference. And then she started noticing a difference. And then by a month, not because of losing weight, she wasn't on the couch, just moping around. Just because I get back from work on, hey, you're in the same position I saw when you left.
I was still in my jammies at the end of the day.
When you have that many kids and you just don't want to do anything, and then they're in the same position you were when you left, you get a little concerned. And now she's moving, cleaning, doing stuff, really energetic. Our relationship started to get a little better, like, hey, what's going on here? And then I noticed that's what she was taking was the Plexus. So I decided to take it. And then, of course, then she said, I got to get my own. Well, when I started taking it, I lost probably about 14 pounds within 2 to 3 weeks, pretty fast.
Mhm.
Now, my backstory was, I've done football. I played football. I was in the Marine Corps. I pretty active my whole life. Probably around 35, 36 years old, I started noticing where I started getting tired. And I was just I didn't want to do anything. I felt like I was getting lazy. I wanted to get up and do stuff. I would force myself to go work out in the morning. But then next thing you know, I was I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Next thing you know, days went by. And then I'm like, I'll just eat better. Well, that only lasted for a couple weeks, if that, and then I'll go back to certain habits. And well, when I started taking Plexus, what I noticed within the first month or two, when I really started paying attention, is that the sugar cravings started going. I don't know about you, but when it was midnight, somehow I mysteriously just woke up.
The fridge was calling his name.
I would open the fridge, and you know how hard it is to open up those public things with the donuts and the whatever, and you hear that
With no
crack.
noise. He's trying to do it with no noise.
And that I was doing that, and I didn't understand why I was doing it, but I was having these massive sugar cravings that my body was like, you need to feed me, and it was sugar. That's not a good thing. So then that started going away, and then I was on or taking or drinking, excuse me, like an energy drink. Well, mine was Diet Mountain Dew. Since it said diet on there, I thought it was good. Now I did that for like 15 years, 5 days a week, sometimes 6, 44 ounces a day. Well, that took a toll on my body. So when I started introducing Plexus, and then I started introducing the product Active, which generally I believe got me off of the energy drinks. It literally took that wanting to drink that away from me. So I went from weighing about, I don't know, close to 260.
That's when you stopped weighing.
That's when
Let's clarify. You
stopped
get to
weighing.
a certain point and you don't know how you get there sometimes. It doesn't happen overnight, right? It's just a gradual progression. And for you, I think I could say that you got to a certain point where it was like, it is what it is. I kind of don't want to know. So at 260 is when that was it.
I went to the doctors, and I did started doing hormone shots actually a little before, probably about 6 to 8 months. And that absolutely did nothing other than hurt where you'd stick the needle in. And when I weighed myself, like I said, I was around 260. I'm 5'8" if I got my work shoes on. So, you're a lot larger than I didn't like it, put it that way. I really hated the person I saw in the mirror. I was looking at it, like Jenna said, how in the hell did I get to that point? How did I let this happen? Well, I didn't know my body was working against me. But when I started taking Plexus, everything started aligning correctly. Now, did it take a little bit? Yes. Did I have to work on certain nutrition? Yes. Mm-hmm. Did I have to move? Yes. But anyways.
Focus.
Anyways, then I finally started losing weight. And then within probably a year and a half or so, I lost about 55 pounds. Mm-hmm. But the biggest thing was the inches around my stomach, the inflammation around my face. My joints don't hurt anymore. I didn't look like I ate Thanksgiving meal every day. And just a better quality life, more energy, active.
Your libido, your energy.
If you want to go there, yes.
There's things that are directly tied to gut health, and hormonal balance, you guys, is one of them. And I feel like you're missing. He actually was diagnosed with menopause. That's a thing.
Is it really called that?
It really is. It really is called.
I just joked around.
No, there's a thing that men experience as well. And just like Kenny and just like myself, we were both put on hormonal medication. And that was like the best thing we can hope to do is just treat and manage your symptoms. But with those medications came lots of side effects. So even though we were doing what seemed like the right thing, The one thing we weren't doing was focusing on healing the root cause. And I want to share with you just a little bit about how Plexus is different and how it actually works. It's not unicorn juice. It's not magic, which it might feel like it when you take it and you start feeling better, when you're consistent and you drink your water and you dial in the right products for you. What it is science. It's clinically backed and clinically proven. We do a third-party clinical study at Plexus Worldwide, which means that we're not just in-house saying our stuff is awesome and we love it. It means that we've actually hired clinical resources outside of Plexus to do the resources and the research on our products. They came back and they found out was that it actually does balance blood sugars. It fights inflammation and it focuses on gut health. It's a big deal. B for blood sugar balance, I for inflammation, and G for that gut health component. Because when you simply are focused in on those 3 pillars of health, your body actually starts to work for you, not against you. And so we started out on Triplex. We didn't know that there were other products at the time. We didn't know there was anything else available. We would just, that's what we said we were going to do, and we did it. But today, what we have is an incredible resource tool for you is a free health quiz. So 2 to 3 question health quiz that your friend who invited you to this call can hook you up with. Be honest. Go through that quiz and be fully transparent and honest about your goals, what you need right now and what you want, because that's the key. Finding out what works for you as an individual. Now, is Triplex hands down one of our favorite combinations? 100%. Do I think everybody needs it? Yes. But I also know not everybody is willing to wait. Not everybody is willing to walk through the process of detoxing all the bad, nasty stuff that we've been accumulating in our bodies for almost 45 years. And so one of the things that Health Quiz does is it allows us the opportunity to help you navigate and figure out what would be the best fit for you right now. So Plexus, hands down, is an incredible company that is completely debt-free. We are actually backed. We have a 5-star rating with the Better Business Bureau. We've been around for over 13 years, and we are one of the fastest growing health and wellness companies in the world, you guys. We are actually in international markets, not only the United States, but Canada, Mexico, New Zealand, Australia, and then we are in Puerto Rico as well. And so we're excited because as we start to grow and share, we're still at that forefront, you guys, of health and wellness. When that nasty thing came about a couple of years ago, everybody started talking about a #1 subject. That was gut health. You're hearing more and more on mainstream media, social media, and news affiliations that gut health is important. It actually helps to boost your immunity by 90%. When your gut is healthy, your body is healthy. It works for you. One of the resources that we have created that is at your fingertips too, if you want more information and to hear more testimonies and to do some more digging, is a private Facebook page called Gutology 101. If you would like an invitation to that page, hit up your friend. We'll make sure that you get plugged in. We can add you to that page. There's a couple of posts pinned to the top that we can tag you in. And we're available for 3-way messaging as well, so that you can get the answers to your specific questions. So one of the first things that we get asked a lot is, how much is it? Right? Everybody kind of asks, how much is it? Well, right now for February, we are so excited because they extended a special that they were running last month. And that is an additional 10% off your welcome packs. What a welcome pack is that kind of like a combination of products that are synergistic. They work hand in hand together, okay? You can pick your pink drink and pretty much get 2 other products for free. Or you can go, that's a basic combo, or you can choose to go with a deluxe combo, and those save anywhere between $100 to $200 in free product. It really just depends on your needs and your goals, but also your budget. So one of the things that I like to tell friends is to like navigate what it is that you can get consistent with. We don't want you to order products that are just going to sit on your counter that you're never going to take. We don't want you to get so overwhelmed that you actually don't dial in your consistency, because that's the key. When you take your products like your life depends on it, then what radically starts to happen in 90 days, in 180 days, in a year, you will be in a totally different spot in your life and in your health than you would be if those products were just sitting on your counter. So we want to help you get healthier and happier in 2022 by walking alongside of you. We have several challenges that we run throughout the year. Right now, we just kicked off one for February. You're eligible to participate in that. We're doing a 28 miles and 28-day challenge for the steps. We have friends who are sharing nutritional tips, menus, meal planning, grocery shopping lists, incredible information on heart health as well, because February is the month for healthy hearts. Number one killer for women, you guys, is heart disease. So we want to raise awareness for that this month. And that's something that our community does, is we tag team. We work together, and you aren't just buying products. You're getting an entire family of people to come along beside you and cheer you on, encourage you, love you, and support you to be your best self. So the cost is less than $100 right now. VIP enrollment is only $2, but your friend who invited you to this call has a coupon code. That coupon code will save an additional 10% off. And so you're getting an insane deal. Remember when I said that I started, I have no coupon codes. I didn't have any discounts. I think we paid $39.95 for the membership, but it was the single best investment that we could have made for my health, for our marriage, for our family. So today, 3 years later, we're not the same people that we were before we started. And I share this with you as a reminder, because you can do anything when you set your mind to it. Do you know how to do all the things? No, not yet. But if you're willing to work on it and to just do a little bit every single day, that little bit can add up to incredible things. And I would encourage you to get some accountability buddies. Mine happens to live in my house. Some of my buddies are on this call tonight because I needed people to hold me accountable, to remind me to drink my water, to remind me to get my butt in gear and go for that walk that I said that I would go on tomorrow morning with the girls. I'm saying it out loud, so I'll show up, okay? And so I needed those accountability buddies. What is fantastic is that one of the things Plexus offers is a free referral program. You get a free link with your VIP membership, and you don't have to share that link if you never want to tell anybody. But I am here to tell you, when you go and you lose 14 pounds in 14 days, people notice. When all of your hair grows back and you were wearing wigs to church and you're not anymore, people notice. When they start to see you at Aldi show up and you don't look like you did the last time that they saw you, people will notice. And they're going to ask you, what are you doing? We're a culture that inherently shares all the things. And what is incredible is you get to actually share something that could change someone's life simply by blessing 3 friends. Your first 3 friends is $100 a person for that referral. It is not a HelloFresh coupon code for $20 off your next order, okay? Plexus is very generous. We do not advertise by word of mouth. We do not do any marketing outside of the families that actually use the products. We don't pay actors or advertising space on radio shows or television, because one of the single greatest things that we can do is that if we love something, we share it with those we love. So we're sharing with you tonight because we love you. We want you to have hope that it is better and can be better than maybe where you're at right now. We want to give you some health tips, but also in getting healthier, then you're walking along and you're getting happier. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen with time, consistency, love, and support. And those are things that we're excited to be able to offer to you. So as we close tonight, this is a shorter call than normal. So Tuesday nights traditionally have been training nights for us. When you start sharing the products, we love to come alongside of you and help you navigate what that looks like. So we do offer free training and coaching on the business side of social media and marketing, and what does it look like and how to be an entrepreneur. So if that's interesting to you as well, we'd love to sit down and share some of the options that are available and the opportunities that Plexus has for you and what it could look like for you to fit into your nooks and crannies of your life. Because this homeschool mom of 7, still homeschooling, still the stay-at-home mom, but I'm able to navigate a full-time 6-figure income from home around his schedule, around our children. And as we've done that, we've learned some little tips and tricks that we love to share with our friends and our family, because it doesn't have to be all consuming, but it can radically change your life. And so my last question for you before we wrap up is, why not you? And why not now? What are you waiting for? Because that one decision could change everything for you. So reach out to the friend or the family member who invited you tonight. We would love for you to connect with them. They have that coupon code. If you'd like more information, they can add you to that Facebook page, tag you in a couple of those posts, and feel free to start those 3-way messages for additional support or any questions that you have. We are here to help any way we can. And lastly, I want to say thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight on this call as we share our passion and our love for these products and how they've changed our lives, but also this opportunity and what it's done for our financial freedom, coming out of debt, paying off all those medical bills, and in so many ways, changing things that we never would have thought was possible. If it hadn't been in our budget, it wasn't a reality. It wasn't even worth taking the time to dream about. So at 45 now, learning to dream again is a brand new concept, because those dreams are now turning into reality. And then you learn how to dream even bigger when you thought you were dreaming bigger before, right? And so we want to say thank you for taking time to plug in. And if you'd like more information, we're open books and we're happy to share anything we can with you. And if you are a VIP member currently or a brand ambassador, we invite you to join us back here, same line, same number, Thursday night for Pink Life Live. That is our time for community, fellowship, Q&A, training, motivation, and mindset. So we'll be tackling some fun, exciting things this Thursday night. We're going to have a special guest speaker, and I can't wait to announce who that is so that you guys can get some gleaming tips and tricks from some of the very top ambassadors in the entire company. So we want to say thank you again for joining us. Have a great night, and God bless you guys.
Bye.